Has Sue Ellen's reach for the bottle gone too far? Has Dusty's anger got the better of him? Or will Cliff Barnes finally settle the score? The wait is over tonight as we find out who shot JR at 9 p.m. But first, it's your friendly Thamesmen.
Hello.
No, it's that Mick.
We haven't done that in a long time, have we?
No, it's Mick.
Dance, little monkey.
Shut up. How you doing, George?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm George. I'm in Los Angeles.
He is George, and he is in Los Angeles.
And we are. Who are we, Alex?
We are the Thamesmen. I am actually. I will introduce myself because I know that if I didn't, it would annoy you. I'm Alex, and I'm in San Francisco, and we are the Thamesmen. We are the very wibbly wobbly, light ramble bamble bound leader band Thames Valley reaction channel.
And we have lots of things to offer to you. We have good times. We have entertainment. We have great music, and we have rare T-shirts.
Oh yeah, no, they would have been gone by now.
They're gone?
Would have gone. Check down there. Look at rare merch. If there's one still on your size, get it because we're not going back to those ones. And
Quality.
They're absolutely classic. I think it's time that we did actually recognize our sponsor. Shall we have a quick word from our sponsor?
Yeah, we should really just so people understand what the T-shirt's about. So
here's our sponsor. Thank you very much.
Don't talk back.
The taste of India. Experience the taste of India.
The Regency Tandoori Restaurant. Private functions catered for. Takeaway service available.
Don't talk back.
Always grateful for the Star of India for our sponsorship. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to keep the show on the road.
you know that with the guy who's pouring that pint of bitter just makes my mouth water. It looks so good, so appetizing, and a good crowd is to be had in Thanet on any night if you go there.
Absolutely fantastic. Only got sick once there. I've only ever been once.
Apart from that.
Yeah, apart from that, it's absolutely wonderful. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, in the middle of Chisel Week. We don't even say Cold Chisel anymore.
No, we're like old hands now, aren't we? We're like Chisel.
Chisel, my friend, is a band from Australia that we got to know via Chris. Hello, Chris, our music curator. You'll see him in the comments down below. Chris, the curator. Thank him for pulling this week together. We got to know Chisel from when we were doing Aussie Weeks, and the band have been so good, and we gelled them so much, we've actually taken this band and we decided to do a whole week.
Yeah, pure pleasure, pure good times. Investigate some of their other tracks because we've done some amazing tracks by them. And this week so far, these are I don't know, like not being a Chisel expert per se. These are great tracks. Are they the sort of pantheon of tracks, or have we already done that with Bow River and Wild Thing and all those tracks? They're all great tracks, though.
I think Normally, when you get into a band, you normally did you say pantheon? That's a very good word.
Pantheon, yeah. The
normally,
pantheon of the gods.
You normally hit 3 or 4 tracks, and you've picked the creme de la creme.
We're so sophisticated. You spoil us, Ambassador.
Anyway, we normally pick the creme de la creme, and we pick the best tracks. But Chisel seem to be just like, I mean, we're in a whole week. We haven't hit one bad track of theirs.
No, and we started with one that tracks off their first album when they were super young, and they're even then were amazing. Like,
yeah. So I bet you we're going to get. We're middle of the week. I'm already hearing calls. Can you hear that? That's a crowd calling for Chisel 2 week.
Are there more tracks though? Is it possible to do after all the ones we've done. You know, we've got a whole playlist of just Chisel tracks.
It's just a smorgasbord of Chisel.
Smorgasbord. Look at you go.
Yeah,
You're very
moving
clever.
around the world with these kind of, edible.
Now we have tried to promote it. We tried to cross promote with Alex and Andy, didn't we? The other reaction channel, and they recorded. They said they recorded it, but they haven't shown it yet, have they? So
Absolutely. Alex and Andy, the other reaction channel, the ones where they look like us, but much younger and more attractive, and we're like
and much more successful.
Much more successful and better looking. We did. Alex and Andy, check this out, and we did a Cold Chisel track. We got onto the phone with them. They reached out. We actually spoke to them, and they said they were going to do a Cold Chisel week in React, but they didn't do it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do this, all right? Because we know we can get, and if we get Chisel onto Alex and Andy, and they've got 130,000 subscribers. So there's two things you need to do. Number one, you need to subscribe to his channel, and number two, then put down the track we should do for Alex and Andy, because we'll do it again and we'll pass it over to them and push Chisel. But I'm only going to pick a track from someone who's subscribed in the notes.
I also think, actually, I also got a plan. All you couple of thousand people who are going to watch this track, hopefully, we'll see, go onto their channel and leave in comments saying, loved you to do Cold Chisel, and then they've got a track ready to go. Just get
no, do it better than this, right? Because if we do this, because Chisel deserve to get pushed out everywhere, right? They really do. They're just a phenomenal band, and we got to weigh in with Alex and Andy, and they're nice guys. They're really good guys, and you met them or whatever down at that show, and we've chatted to them, and we've been trying to do a collab with them for ages. They're great guys. When you go over to them, just on their say the Thamesmen, right? Because they know us. The Thamesmen said, do a Cold Chisel track, because then you'll help us out, and we're helping Cold Chisel out, and then, yes, we'll get it.
Ta-ba!
Right, okay, we've got a deal. Thank you very much. Now, we're going to do Cold Chisel. And make sure you do that, guys. Don't look at Alex and Andy after that, because it would really help us, and it would really help Chisel. And also, what track we should do to pass over to them as well. Yeah, we're going to get it sorted. This track is called Last Stand, Flame Trees.
Flame Trees. Yeah, Last Stand was that the album, I think, wasn't it? Or the last. Yeah, so
Flame Trees. Do you remember Flame Trees Athika?
Yeah, that was like, who was that? Wilbur Smith? It wasn't. Who was it?
No, Flame Trees Athika was a TV program.
BBC
and it was in Kenya, I think.
That's right. Yeah.
And all I remember is like when you leave a building, you've got to kiss the north, the east, and the south and the west wall before you leave the building.
Really?
No fucking idea why. I was about 8 years old.
Shall I read the notes then?
Yeah, do the notes.
Do the notes. And so this is like 1983. So this was Flame Trees, and it says the final single from the 20th Century album. They had already split months earlier. The song, with a music by drummer Presswich and lyrics by keyboardist Walker, is perhaps the pinnacle of Australian sentimental music. Something that Chisel and a number of other Australian bands excel at, a nostalgic feeling of lost love, mortality, and what's left behind. The Flame Trees of the title are the, I'm going to mispronounce this, Lawara flame, a distinctive red-leafed tree common around Grafton, where the song is loosely set, but the lyrics fit into any small Australian town, or indeed any small town in the world.
Wow. Chris, thank you very much for doing all the notes. It takes a lot of work, picking the tracks out, getting the right link, getting all the notes for two imbeciles such as George and I to sit down, put it together, and just read it and make it all look, like we did all the work.
No.
It was Chris. So thank you very much. You see him down there as Chris Curator. And he's great because I read the notes. We've never heard his tracks. And then whilst the music is going, it's like, oh, makes sense.
Yeah, and he writes beautifully as well. So
doesn't he?
Yeah. All right, should we do it? I can't wait.
Yeah. Do it.
You ready for Sentimental Chisel?
Yeah. Bro code, bro. Remember the bro code.
Bro code. Are you ready, sir?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
These days I like to stay on my farm out of Sydney a lot, mainly because when I'm working it's so hectic. I don't need that when I'm off. I just need the rest, and we don't get any rest when we're in the city, so we stay on the farm, and I ride my horses and take my daughter Mahalia out in the country.
That sentimental bullshit anyway. It takes more than just a memory to make me cry. And I'm happy just to see you round the table with old friends and see which one of them can tell the biggest lie. And there's a girl, she's falling in love down where the piano was there with a local factory worker just holding hands. And she's wondering if he'll go or if he'll stay. Do you remember nothing stopped us all the way in our day? With all the raging around the wheel and drive, and there's nothing else to set back to the sound. There's no change in the place. Everything within space just makes it hard to believe that she won't be around. Come on. There's no change in the place. Everything within space just makes it harder to believe that she won't be around.
Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely great. Absolutely freaking funny. It's what a great show. It's funny because we started the week on their first album.
Yep.
And we're coming up now to the end of their career. And you could see how they've matured. That were song writing wise, that was just superb.
Yeah, and again, we talked about the last one. The harmonies, just they match so well, despite being very different personalities. It appears.
Yet also, because we've done, quite a few days in a row now of listening to him, you kind of can take Barnes. You kind of know he's a phenomenal force, but then every now and again, I just kind of sit back and listen. Just oh my god,
Yeah,
what a world class singer he is.
and it's not just power and coarseness. It's got subtleties and like control, like real control, and then he can drop into like just a sort of gentle, smooth, sentimental sound. It's a master of his machine, isn't he?
And then you've got Moss underneath, who's got a really wide range vocal.
Yeah,
I mean, octaves and really crystal clear as well. The band, the band that they were. I mean, they were so well honed. They knew exactly where to give each other space at that point of their career. So it was perfect.
Yeah,
absolutely perfect. I mean, phenomenal performance, and it is I'd say it's a shitting shame they're not an absolute global band of huge worldwide acclaim, because I'm sure if the rest of the world managed to tune their ear in to the quality of that band, they will get, it's a shame. It's a living shame.
I mean, of a similar era was sort of Bruce Springsteen, and I think they are equal, if not better, than Bruce Springsteen and all that kind of style.
I think they destroyed Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, I mean, Bruce was amazing, but they both came from that sort of working man background, didn't they? Talking about a small town and their and the sort of things that sort of affect people. And so there's a similarity there. But I mean, I think Chisel in their own right, totally do their thing, So
yeah, and I know they tried to break into America, and then they got gun shy and went back, and I don't blame them. And maybe maybe the worst thing that could have ever happened to Chisel was that they went worldwide, and they would have all loathed each other, or whatever, because they had an amazing career.
Well, I think they had their own fights as it was, but
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. But there are some bands that I know that they can actually, when they got big, that's when it destroyed them.
I mean, I worry about this whole discussion about, we keep coming back to it in Australia about, why didn't the rest of the world find them? Why didn't do this? Why didn't do that? And it's almost like a looking for what's the word? Approbation, where like, you haven't succeeded until you've been discovered by an American market or a UK market or whatever it happens to be. And I don't think that's right. I honestly think you can exist and be a master of your game, and you don't have to be discovered by the Americans. You don't have to be discovered by some tastemaker in London or something. I think if we've learned one thing from this reaction channel, is that there is stunning pockets of music all over the world that we've never heard of, and that's on us as well. But
I'm not sorry for the band. I'm sorry for the people who haven't listened to them, who haven't actually had the chance of listening to them. Because I mean, I know that if the population of America, shall we, just because we're here in America and we're talking about Bruce, if they were exposed to Chisel and the quality of the musicianship and Barnes and Moss, but Barnes alone, he's got one of the greatest voices, I think, in rock for that era. He's up there with Gillan. He's up there with with the best of them, with Plant, and yet people haven't had the opportunity to hear him. I don't know why. I mean, us included. Yeah. And yes, it's on us. But we love music to the point that we've actually we've started a music channel. Yeah. So we like it. We are big music fans. And yet we weren't exposed to them as well. It's just a shame when there are other bands out there, such as the fucking Proclaimers, who are worldwide for no particular reason,
Yeah, but I just worry a little bit about this sort of cultural, like you haven't made it until you're heard by these people, and I don't think that's a good path to be going down. Now, it's if you talk about other people's loss, that's great, but I think these people stand in their own right. They're the masters of their kingdom. that
well
you know they should not be thought any less of because they didn't have a hit in
No,
America
I'm
per
not
se.
thinking.
You know,
I'm not thinking any less of them. I'm upset that they're not. You
yeah,
know,
no, I
because
understand. I
they're
understand what
so
you're
good.
saying. I'm just saying from some of the comments we get and from some of the approach, it's like I just anyway, it doesn't matter. I think
Yeah.
but,
Anyway, I mean, well, it's an interesting discussion, and the reason why we're discussing it so much is because we do like the band so much.
yeah.
You know, and I mean, like, you won't find us trying to spending a week on the Proclaimers.
Not yet,
'Cause
anyway.
No.
But I tell you what, one of my favorite kind of comments and we love all the comments, by the way. Thank you, everyone who contributes, and we try and get to as many as we can. But one of the comments I love is when someone goes, "Do you know I've never heard of that band, and I've now gone down a rabbit hole, and thank you for introducing me to this band." That's hugely gratifying. It's
Yeah.
like if one more person or finds something that we love or we've learned as well, it's great. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, because most reaction show, what we found is most people, what they do is they only watch the videos of, which is quite understandable. They want to see our reaction of bands that they already know, a song which they really like. Okay, that's groovy, that's cool, and that is a reaction channel. That's the principle of it. But you're absolutely right. If it's when people kind of hopefully trust us a little bit further, or are the creator like Chris, so they never heard this band and they leave a comment like that. You're right. It is the absolute gratification of this channel.
Yeah, that's the peak comment, I think, in some regards.
Peak comment.
Peak
Star
comment.
comment.
Yeah.
Right. Well, there we are. We're in the middle of Chisel week, so we got a plan, right, everyone? You're going to subscribe, and then we're going to pick the track that we are then going to do for Alex and Andy and do another reaction, because they did pick up on the last one, but they just did they said they recorded it but didn't release it. And the other thing in our plan is you're going to go over to Alex and Andy and say the Thamesmen said, right, that Cultures are amazing. Watch out, they've got a new video, and that would help us push Alex and Andy into Cultures a little bit more, and we will get them on their channel.
Brilliant. Sounds like a plan.
It is a plan.
It's a plan, Stan.
Man.
All
right.
Excellent.
What do you do if you see a spaceman?
What?
What do you do if you see a spaceman?
Park man.
Park it, man. Take care. I'll see you on the flip side.
See you on the flip side.